Today we shall be discussing the 3 extra shocking wicked zone experiences related to the divine law of attraction. Welcome to another captivating episode of the Divine Mystery Files, where we embark on a transformative journey to uncover the sacred truths and hidden mysteries of life. Here at Blooming Life, Mind and Spirit, our mission is to guide you toward a deeper understanding of the divine plan, a path that nurtures healing for your body, mind, and soul. Get ready to explore profound insights that not only illuminate ancient wisdom, but also inspire meaningful change. Stick with us unto the end, as we unravel mysteries that will definitively reshape the way you see your life and purpose. Let's now proceed to discuss the 3 extra shocking wicked zone experiences you should expect if you ever find yourself in the wicked zone. First shocking wicked zone experience. The spirit of Yahweh leaves you, and a demonic spirit takes over your body. In the spiritual realm, there is something called the prince of the power of the air, which is a demonic spirit. Once you are classified into the wicked zone, dark forces acquire the legal rights to occupy your body and do with you as they please. The master of these dark forces is referred to as the prince of the power of the air. Oh yes, the law of attraction is not as simple as motivational speakers would like you to believe. There are tons of spiritual moving parts we must take into account to help you understand how the divine law of attraction operates. Let's check out the following verse about the prince of the power of the air to see exactly what happens when you become wicked. Ephesians 2 verse 2, wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Did you catch this mystery? The key point here is that the prince of the power of the air operates only in the children of disobedience. Disobedience opens the door to this demonic prince over your life. Disobedience to what actually? Here's the answer. Disobedience to the laws of Yahweh. These laws will be discussed in details in the relevant episodes further into the series. So don't worry. But this is what you have to understand here. The Spirit of Yah is that power that ensures that you get hold on your heart's desires and remain permanently favored and protected, no matter the circumstance. But when you outrightly defy what is expected of you physically, that protective covering leaves you immediately, and the prince of the power of the air takes over. And this right here is the secret to how necromancers, magicians, diviners, tellers of times, prophets, etc. manipulate you endlessly. Here is a fact. No magician, nor diviner, nor teller times, nor prophet, nor motivational speaker, nor witch, nor wizard, nor pastor, nor sangoma, nor juju can do anything to help you. And they know that so very well. And they will do anything to hide this truth from you. In fact, what you must understand is that these people are fed and empowered by your ignorance and disobedience, because most of them serve this prince in hiding. Since their master is the prince of the power of the air, they have access to the following types of information: incredible details of your past life, your current life experiences, and consequently, the specific area of disobedience that is holding you down, which actually gives them free and legal access to you. They know absolutely well that the only person who can help you out is yourself, through your renewal and obedience to the divine rules. They also know that they cannot help you, even though they can pinpoint with insane accuracy what area of disobedience has got you completely trapped in the wicked zone. Since you don't know that your disobedience has given them legal rights to access and torment your life, these so-called prophets or spiritual practitioners, who are equally aware of the fact that you're ignorant of truths, will take advantage of you in the following ways. They will manipulate and extort you financially as much as they possibly can. They will make sure that they hide the truth from you, that is, the fact that you are responsible for saving your own self through obedience. They will also ensure that you are not given a clue as to how to escape the evil matrix or the wicked zone. They will not tell you to follow the rules of the Maker. They would rather recommend expensive portions, anointing water, anointing salt, anointing oil, anointing stickers, crystal stones, you name the rest, and mislead you to continue to dive deeper into disobedience. And to add insult to injury, in addition to the sins that are tormenting your life, you are now getting involved with idolatry, a crime which was punishable by instant death in the Old Testament. Before you know it, the rabbit hole just continues to go deeper, more complicated, more dangerous, and deadly. At Blooming Life, Mind and Spirit, our mission is to help you to renew your minds with truths, because once you get this right, your journey to freedom will start instantly. Now, get this. The most beautiful thing about the divine law of attraction is that you can start afresh all over, no matter how deep you're lost in the rabbit hole of disobedience. If you make a commitment to start all over and stick to it, then divine grace will be activated to preserve and keep you away from the grasp of the wicked one in the wicked zone. You must not return to your old ways, though, because not only will that divine grace be retrieved, but you will also fall deeper than where you initially were, before you receive divine grace. If you don't retrain your minds with these fundamental and hard irrefutable truths, you will never really implement the divine law of attraction successfully, because all these facts are intimately linked together. Let's take a look at a perfect example of a situation when the Spirit of Yahweh leaves you. Have you ever heard about the story of King Saul, the very first king of Israel? This is a summary of what actually took place. In 1 Samuel 15, verses 1 to 3, Yahweh instructed Saul to kill everything in the city of Amalek and spare none. Saul spared the king and the best animals. In 1 Samuel 15, verses 17 to 23, Saul disobeys and saves the king of Amalek and the best animals. He is rebuked by the prophet. But Saul did not hearken to his wrongs, and insisted that he had obeyed. So what happened next? In 1 Samuel 16, verse 14, we are told that the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him. By the way, are you shocked that the evil spirits came from the Lord? Don't forget that Yahweh created everything, including evil spirits, dominions, and principalities. You'll find this shocking truth in Colossians 1, verse 16. For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him, and for him. And further down, it is established that Yahweh is the ruler of all these forces, including the dark ones. Colossians 2, verse 10. And ye are complete in him, which is ahead of all principality and power. Yahweh rules it all, and he is the author of the divine law of attraction, which we are currently discussing. You can clearly see how consistently these facts are presented throughout the Bible. When you disobey and do what is not right, something else takes over, which is no longer Yahweh, but an evil spirit authorized by him. So that demon is operating legally in your life because you gave it access through disobedience. Here are some facts concerning the divine law of attraction you should understand and keep in your heart, because if you do, you will be able to discern and see what's going on beyond the surface of the physical realm, especially when dealing with other human beings or creatures on this earth. So take note of these facts. First fact. We are all entities that must be inhabited, and there are only two possibilities of occupants, the power of Yahweh or the evil spirit of Yah, also known as dark forces. At any point in time, every human being on this earth has one of these spirits without any exception. The two cannot coexist with each other, nor can your body or temple remain empty. By the time you finish watching this series, you should be equipped with sufficient knowledge to discern and identify the people with dark forces and avoid them like a plague. Second fact, don't think that obedience is applicable to kings only, simply because I narrated the story of King Saul in the Bible. No one is exempt from obedience. So if you are not living in obedience to the rules, we shall be discussing further in this series. The prince of the power of the air, or the evil spirit of Yahweh we've already talked about, will come and dwell in you and make your life cursed and miserable endlessly and legally. And this is a secret that prophets who perform fake miracles or otherwise false signs and wonders from Satan will go extra miles to keep from you so that you keep returning to them and making them rich. Guys, I can assure you that this is really a marvelous mystery. You should count yourself as divinely favored to be one of the first few to be exposed to such secrets. All right, that said, nothing else on this planet can replace those rules, and irrespective of the sophisticated techniques you may implement to harbor positive thoughts, you will not be spared from the curses of the wicked category. If you are already a member of the wicked zone, why is it so? I've already told you. It's because the only secret here to reverse all curses, including generational curses, is obedience, not positivity, nor prayer, nor prophecies, nor portions, nor anointing water, etc. You name them all. Let's now talk about the second shocking wicked zone experience. You will now become a weapon of mass destruction in the hands of the Creator against other wicked people. If you find yourself in this particular group of people, please understand that you become a very dangerous weapon of mass destruction against other wicked people in the hands of the one who created all the laws. And because you have no clue as to how the divine rules work, you would go ahead and take all the credits for every evil act performed. Here is proof that the wicked people are used by the Creator as weapons of mass destruction against other wicked people orchestrated by the Creator himself. Isaiah 10 verses 12 to 15. Verse 12, Wherefore it shall come to pass, that when the Lord has performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks. Verse 13, For he saith, By the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom. For I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. Verse 14, And my hand hath found as a nest the riches of the people, and as one gathereth eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped. Verse 15, Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against him that lifted up, or as if the staff should lift up itself, as if it were no wood. This is actually what is happening here. Yahweh was promising to punish the proud king of Assyria, who was boasting and claiming credits for all the kingdoms he had conquered, especially the kingdom of Israel. So Yahweh was asking this king if an axe can lift itself up on its own, or if a rod can be shaken without anyone holding it. In other words, Yahweh was implying that he was the one holding Assyria as an axe or saw or rod in his own hands to destroy Israel. Yet the axe was boasting about being wise and prudent. Do you get the picture? Amazing, isn't it? That is what Yahweh has been doing ever since this world was created, from the beginning to the end. But how many nations have understood the fact that they were mere weapons in the hands of the Creator up to today? Shall the axe boast itself against him that breaks with it? An excellent example here is the story of the Israelites in Babylon. Yahweh used Babylon as an axe in his hand to cut off his people from their lands. Talking about using members of the wicked category to fight other members of the wicked category, this is actually what happened. The chosen race disobeyed and, of course, became spiritually considered as wicked. And then Yahweh used axes, Babylon and the rest, to bring disaster upon his people. We all know the track record of Babylon, for instance, of being an evil kingdom. In the history of kingdoms in the Bible, Babylon is actually synonymous with wickedness. This is yet another perfect example of a situation where iron sharpeneth iron. Yahweh will use only the wicked to perform wicked and evil acts on other evil people. The members of the green zone will also interact only with their own kind. This does not only apply to mighty nations, it applies to everyday living as well. Take, for instance, consider for 1 second the murders, wars, robberies, and all the atrocities being witnessed in the world today. How do you think the perpetrators of these wicked deeds will be classified in the spiritual realm? You guessed right. The pioneers of these wicked acts will definitely be classified in the wicked category, which Yahweh would use for the day of evil against other wicked people. So if you are a thief, a murderer, a liar, an adulterer, etc., who knows what is right? That is the meaning of hearing the word and rejecting it. But willingly decides to compromise with evil, rest assured that you are currently on Yahweh's black books, that is, the wicked category. When this happens, you will be capable of attracting only your worst fears. You don't deserve good things, and no matter how much you work hard for it and think positively about it, Yahweh will use another wicked person in the wicked category to bring you down. Or better still, Yah will leave you to accumulate your wealth and then snatch it suddenly from you and give it to the members of the good category or the green zone. The divine law of attraction makes a lot of sense if you see what I mean. Let's now check out the third shocking wicked zone experience. You will become a ransom for the righteous. This is the solid proof right here. Proverbs 21 verse 18. The wicked shall be a ransom for the righteous, and the transgressor for the upright. If you know the meaning of ransom, then you should understand what is going on here. But let me break it down further. While we are still living on this earth, if destruction is set on your path by your enemies, and you are righteous in the sight of Yah, this divine decree of Proverbs 21 verse 18 will be initiated, and a wicked person will be directed to that destruction path by the powers of Yah that be, who will then be destroyed on your behalf instead. So the wicked are used as a ransom for the righteous. In the next episode, we shall be discussing the possibilities of leaving the wicked category for a better one. If you're interested to learn more, then watch out for the next episode. In order to be notified when our next upload is available, like this video, subscribe and hit the all notifications bell so that you'll be immediately informed by YouTube when any of our uploads are available. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next upload.